Now, most people who complain about money are not going to listen to this entire video, which makes me thrilled that only the few people who watch this entire video will be the ones that I'm making this video for. So the rest of y'all get off. Just you don't care about making more money. You don't care about getting out of your debt situation. You don't care about the struggles that you're having financially. So just go away from this video. Just go to the next video. Okay, so thankfully all those people are gone. Now just me, Joshua, and Solomon, and other people who want to listen to this type of video. Now there are plenty of videos where I've broken down my 70-10-10-10 plan of budgeting. The difficulty that most people have is that they aren't able to start out with the 70-10-10-10 plan because of their debt that they are carrying or the lifestyle that they're living. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you, and the second thing is the most important, but the first thing is the most important. The second thing is secondarily important. But these are the two things that you have to do if you truly want to change your financial outlook. The first thing that you have to do is know where your money is going. That is the most important thing first. You have to know where your money is going. If you've never sat down and downloaded your at least 3 months of bank statements to be able to see where your money is going, you have no idea. I don't trust your memory. Your memory lies to you constantly. Your memory will tell you that you didn't spend that much money. That's why you have that saying, dang, where did my money go this month? Because your memory lies to you constantly. You don't recognize when you bought coffee maybe 12, 15 times a month at a particular place. You don't recognize when you go out to how often you may spend money at a store to pick up a small item here, small item there. You may have went to the grocery store to get groceries, but then you don't recognize that the other time, oh, you know what? I don't feel like eating this. I want to eat that. And so you go to the store and you add more. And so you go over your grocery budget. It's pointless to have a budget if you don't stick to it. And it's really pointless if you don't know where your money is going. And if you are a cash-based person, you have to track your money. You have to create a budget. You have to be able to know where every penny goes. So that's the most important thing that you have to do first, is to see where your money goes. Now, once you understand where your money is going, you can look to cut things out of your budget. This is not the second thing. This is like 1B. You have to then look at where can I cut things? What expenses can I get rid of? How can I be more diligent? Let me not go and spend more money at the coffee shop. Let me make coffee at home. Let me not buy the $10 cigars. Let me pick up the $6 cigars. It may not be as great, but I'm going to pick up the $6 cigars. Let me not go out as often. Let me minimize it. All these streaming services, let me get rid of some of them for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. You know, let me do more things outside. Let me cut this gym membership and exercise in the parks. So there are things you can do to reduce the amount of money that's going out. And you have to be willing to do those things. You can still have fun. You can still go on dates. You can still do things, but do things that are equitable. Do free dates. There are free concerts, things of that nature. Go do that. Make a picnic based on the items you have in your house. But go do those things. Take hikes and walks. But first, you got to reduce the amount of money is going out of your house. It's about how much you can keep. Now, the second thing, which I want to spend the most time on, is how you increase. So if you looked at my 70-10-10-10 plan, or if we're trying to get rid of debt, there's the 70-20-10. If we're making it great, there's a 50-10-10-10 plan. 50-10-10-10-10-10 plan. So there are different ways that it works depending upon where you are. Now, let's say you are finally in a position where you got $100, $200 left over, right? You've got that $100, $200 that you put into the investment. Where should I invest that money? Because you need to make more money. You need to increase so that you can pay off more debt, so that you can get down to the 70 or you can get down to the 50. So what do? This is something that most people will refuse to do. Most people want to go and start some kind of business. Oh, I want to start a service. I want to do something big. I want to do something that everybody knows. I want to do something that's going to replace my income immediately and get me off the job. Get out of fantasy land. Yes, I was about to curse right then, but get out of that fantasy land for right now. Right now, you're not ready for that. Right now, you haven't learned enough about business for that. What you can do, and this is something that I have done on multiple occasions when I needed to increase money in order to achieve a goal later. To give you an example, when I wanted to open a second popcorn shop, and the first popcorn shop in Marietta wasn't making enough money to open a second shop, and I didn't want to have any investors. So what I did was I started going to yard sales. I started going to estate sales. I started going to thrift stores. I started going to the outlet malls. And what I would buy is products that I would look online first, see how much they're selling it. So let me give you an example. I would look online and see what last year's or 2 years ago or 3 years ago Nikes are selling for on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Then I would go to the Nike outlet store, which was about 45 minutes outside of Atlanta in either direction. There's a Tanger outlet store in either direction. And I would find that model and other similar model, like those Adidas three stripe shells. Man, I used to find them all the time. So I would get those, and where I would see that on Facebook Marketplace or online, they're selling for like at the time frame $100, $90. I would see them at the Tanger outlet in the Adidas one, or I would see them in the outlet or somewhere like that, and I see them selling for like $40. And so I would buy them for 40, and then I sell them for like $70, $80 on Marketplace. I would go to estate sales. Estate sales are different than yard sales. Estate sale is the one that you walk in someone's house, and usually it's somebody who it's a house that has means. And so I would find things. I found a Mickey Mouse watch. I remember that one. I found this Mickey Mouse watch. They sold it to me for $80 because while I was standing there, I went online and I saw that it was being sold for $250. They were selling it for $80. So I bought it for $80, and then I turned around and I sold it for $220. So I would actively go out and go to these estate sales and yard sales, and I would buy items that I knew I could sell for a higher price. And you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to stand there and say, okay, this shoe costs this much, this piece of furniture or this watch or whatever it is. Look online, find that exact same thing or something similar and see how much it's being sold for. And then you turn around and you buy it, and then you flip it. And then I would take the money I made from it and not go party, not go drinking, not go dating, not go eating, not go to the vacation, none of that bullshit. I would utilize that money to incorporate it either into savings, or I would incorporate it into paying off bills, right? Now, since one of the times I was doing this, I was saving to open up another popcorn shop. I used that money. I did it for a year and a half to save in order to open up a second popcorn shop. Then another time I did it because I had a bunch of debt. I needed to pay off some debt to get my credit score back up, and I used that money to pay off some debt to get my credit score back up. I just constantly would use it for whatever was necessary. So you have to know where you're going to put this money. And then I would also save some because I would want to flip that. I wanted to get to where I was walking into an estate sale and I had $1,000 to spend. And I would buy hopefully $1,000 worth of products that I knew I could flip and turn into $2,000 or $3,000. And then I would go to the next estate sale with $2,000. And now I'm looking to buy $2,000 worth of items so I can turn it and flip it into $5,000. So that was the process. You can't go spend the money that you make. If you eat, you're eating the children of the money that you put out there. The money is supposed to make more, it's supposed to duplicate itself, but you're eating it and consuming it. So what you do is just keep going, increasing that amount of money till you get to the point where I was able to go to the auctions for storage facilities. Those are a little bit more, you don't know what you're gonna get most of the time. You can only see what's in the front, but you can come out with some gems. I was able to get like these commercial freezers that I wound up selling for like $6,000 each, and there was 3 of them in there. So sometimes you get some gems on those. I only paid $500 for the entire storage. So it's a buildup. You got to be willing to go through that process. If you're not willing to do that extra, then there's no point in having the conversation. So first, most important is to get that budget. Is to know where your money is going. Then get your budget, and then start working on items where you can sell and resell, right? Now, if you enjoyed this video, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. This is a Christian deconstruction channel for those who may not understand that I'm talking about finances, but I just want you to know that. So always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.